Hi, I'm Leiter. In Chicago Business Today, the local job market. A report yesterday showed the number of Americans filing new claims for unemployment benefits dropped to its lowest level in 9 months. That report comes on the heels of the closely watched monthly jobs report, which showed the unemployment rate last month dropping to its lowest level in 2.5 years. Here in Illinois, though, the latest figures are still for October, but the jobless rate stands above 10% despite growth in jobs this year. I talked more about the outlook for local employment with Tom Gimbel, chief executive of the staffing firm LaSalle Network. So Tom, signs that the job market is improving have been around lately. We saw the monthly employment report showing some improvement, but yet at the same time we're seeing job cuts from financial services and other types of firms. What's your reading on the job market locally right now?
Well, I think the fact of the matter is companies are realizing they have over the past 18 months or 2 years, they can make money, more profits than they've made in a long, long time, especially for the Fortune 500, and do it with less people. There's more efficiencies, but it doesn't mean the companies aren't hiring. They're just more specific about what they want. And so what we're seeing is really an interesting dynamic of high unemployment, and those people need to get retrained. They need to go into different fields. They need to be more aggressive in taking lower salaries in order to get their foot back in the door.
A lot of times when the economy is at a point of a pivot, we start to see a huge demand for temporary workers. Your firm places temporary workers. Are you seeing an increase in demand for them? What's going on?
Well, across the board, temporary staffing has been increasing over the past 9 to 12 months. And in particular, our company, LaSalle Network, the numbers have been going up as well. Fourth quarter looks like it'll be the best quarter we've had in 13 years since I started the company. And third quarter was the same. So yes, demand is high, but we're also seeing demand from companies that want to hire people on a permanent basis as well. It really is what your skill set is and what companies' needs are.
Is there any industry that's faring much better than others?
I think the traditional things are always doing well. You always have healthcare, you always have education, especially Chicago's a hub of not only traditional colleges and universities, but there's a lot of junior colleges that are hiring, and not just staff and faculty, but operations, support, marketing, and then a lot of nonprofit universities are hiring as well.
Anecdotally, what are your employer clients telling you? Are they planning to continue to add jobs going into 2012, or are they still really cautious?
Cautious. A lot of companies are cautious across the board. They're worried about their profits. They're seeing that they're making money this year. They're worried about what the tax laws are going to be. We're 1 year, 2012 will be a year and a half, 2 years away from Obamacare taking effect, and companies are still unsure what will happen. I think we'll see more at the end of next year, at the end of 2012 after the election, and people have a better idea. I don't think we'll ever know, but what people in Washington are going to do.
Part of the reason why the jobless rate fell last month is because people have given up looking for work. They're taking themselves out of the workforce. Is that happening locally? What are the people that are coming through your office telling you?
It is happening locally to an extent, and without being too partisan, but I think a lot of that has to do with the extended unemployment benefits. And people are saying they don't want to risk their unemployment by taking a job they may not like just to be working.
We've seen in recent months since Mayor Emanuel took office that he's making a real attempt to try to bring jobs back to the city of Chicago. Just yesterday we had this announcement about Sarah Lee. What do you make of him so far and his impact on the Chicago employment scene?
I think Rahm Emanuel's been terrific for Chicago. I think from how he's handled, it sends a message to the business community, whether he's dealing with the teachers and the education or whether he's trying to solicit companies like Sarah Lee that used to, people forget, it was in Chicago before it went out to Downers Grove, to get companies to come back and to be more employer friendly. And he's really taken the party affiliation away. And I think that most of the people that I talk to as leaders in the business community really believe that he wants to have employment grow in Chicago. He wants to be pro-business.
All right, Tom, thanks so much for being here.
No, Lisa, always good to see you.
And that's this edition of Chicago Business Today. For all of your local business headlines, be sure to stick with chicagobusiness.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.